Good morning, dear students. Today, in the lecture of Principles of Business Management, we will be studying the content Nature of Management as an Art and Science. Let's see the nature of management as an art and science. Whether management is an art or it is a science, let's see. Okay, first we will go through the definition of art or what art means. Yes, art can be defined as systematic body of knowledge which requires skill, creativity and practice to get perfection. Okay, means art involves all those things in which systematic body of knowledge is required, which focuses on skill, creativity and practice, which makes a person perfect. Now, whenever we consider management as an art, yes, the person who practices management, whom we term as manager, this person is required to use his skills, to use his creativity, and repeatedly he is needed to practice the methods, the policies, the procedures into the organization to ensure systematic or to ensure systematic happening, or it ensures in completion of the production activity in time, as well as accomplishment of goals of the organization. So, like an art itself, the manager is required to perform the skills. He is required to have creativity into him, as well as he is required to practice such type of things regularly on regular basis. Now, let's see what are the characteristics of management as an art. First characteristic is systematic body of knowledge or existence of theoretical knowledge. In every art, there is a systematic and organized study material available to acquire theoretical knowledge of the art. For example, various books on different ragas are available in music. In management also, there is a systematic and organized body of knowledge available which can help in acquiring managerial studies. So, this feature of art is present in management also. Okay, now whenever we consider management as an art, the first feature which highlights management as an art is systematic body of knowledge. Okay, systematic body of knowledge means if we think about any practice, any method which the manager adopts to run the organization successfully or to carry the processes into the organization successfully, yes, he can refer some of the books, some of the managerial studies. Okay, so the knowledge is available into theoretical knowledge is available, or the study material related to it is available, so that by referring those study material itself, the manager can perform well or perform better. So, like an art, management also is systematic body of knowledge. Next, personalized application. In the field of art, only theoretical knowledge is not enough. Every artist must have personal skill and creativity to apply that knowledge. For example, all the musicians learn some ragas, but they apply these ragas according to their personal skill and creativity, which makes them different. Okay, now though theoretical knowledge is available, still as like an artist, as per the personal skill, he can have adaptation into his performance. Same like that, a manager also, though he has learned certain theoretical concepts, though he is aware about those theoretical knowledge, but still whenever the situation, as per the situation or the situation which he faces, as per that situation, he is required to be flexible, to adapt, use his personal skill and creativity to apply that knowledge. Okay, where to apply that knowledge, when to apply that knowledge, and how to apply that knowledge, and how it can be resulting into accomplishment of goals. This is most important. So a manager, like an artist, he is required to use his personal skill and creativity to mark his difference into the organization. Okay, so a manager, he is required to have personalized applications. Okay, he should make that activity personalized, or some attribute of his personality he should be adding into his performance, so that it will be proving distinctive, or it will be distinctive than others. In access to this, the third feature of management as an art is based on practice and creativity. The artist requires regular practice of art to become more fine and perfect. Without practice, artists lose their perfection. Art requires creative practice, that is, artist must add his creativity to the theoretical knowledge he has learned. Same way with the experienced manager also improves their managerial skills and efficiency. So this feature of art is also present in management. So now whenever we consider management as an art, why it is termed as an art, or what the feature means. Yes, regularly the manager is supposed to apply different methods, principles, theories related to management into his working, and based on it, okay, after a due course of time, he does gets experience. Due to his experience itself, due to the consistency into the applications, into the application of the methods, the theories, the practices which he has learned into managerial studies, he will be perfectionist into it. And as he gets the experience, as he grows, yes, he can use, or he can perfectly use those practices to better solve the problems which the enterprise or the organization faces. Okay, within a fraction of a second, due to his practice, he can get out of the problem and solve such type of problems, so that his organization in the long run as well as short run will not be affected. So as like art, management is also based on practice and creativity of the manager. So whenever we consider management as an art, yes, it is systematic body of knowledge, means yes, the theoretical knowledge which we apply into the practice of management, we do find it in books. Okay, we do find references, we do find literature related to it, so that it will be better for us to refer at any time. Then the personalized application, it means that it is based on that person, his personality attributes. Okay, whether the manager is possessing the good amount of skills or not. If he is not possessing the good amount of skills, surely somewhere he will be affected. Yes, if he is not skillful into his application, surely his organization will be affected. So this person, he is supposed to apply his personal knowledge. He is required to be flexible in the situations. Okay, and as per that, he should give his personal touch to any problem. He is required to use his personal experience to manage it. Then it is based on practice and creativity. Okay, as the manager gets the experience, he can adapt himself, or he can get out of the problems easily. Okay, because same type of situations he might have faced, or his organization might have faced. Okay, and same experience he can modify it, adapt it, and apply it in the future challenges, or the challenges which the organization will be facing in the near future. Okay, after that, let's see management as a science. Okay, science is also a systematic body of knowledge which includes scientific principles which are derived on the basis of logic and scientific operations. Okay, like science in management also, there is availability of systematic and organized study material. Okay, now whenever we consider management as a science, okay, whether it is science, yes, it is a science, because it also includes scientific body of knowledge, scientific principles. Okay, some of the scientific observation is made, experiments are made, repeated experiments are made. Okay, it has a universal validity. So based on this, management can also be termed as science. Now how it can be termed as science, let's discuss it in detail. First characteristic of science which matches with management: scientific body of knowledge. In science, organized and systematic study material is available which is used to acquire the knowledge of science. Like science, in management also there is availability of systematic and organized study material. So first feature of science is present in management. Okay, see, scientific body of knowledge means what? Okay, study material or literature related to science is available. Okay, means if a person needs to refer something from science, then easily the study material is available. He can refer the literature and he can solve the problem, or if he is facing any, if he has any query related to science, just what he can do is he can find out the study material, study it, and solve his query. In the same sense, in management also there are certain study materials which is available in management study also. Okay, due to which if the manager faces any problem, he can just refer the literature, he can refer the study material, and if he is facing any query into the running of the organization, systematic running of the organization, surely he can get out of it through the study material and literatures and the books which are available. Okay, so when we consider this feature of science, same as like science, management also do has material available, study material available, through which we can acquire knowledge and we can get out of it. Okay, if we have any problem, if we have any query, then surely due to the management studies books we can solve it, or we can resolve such things. So this first feature, it is same like management, so it is applicable to management also. Then the second feature or second characteristic, scientific principles are derived on the basis of logical and scientific observation. The scientists perform logical observation before deriving any principle or theory. They are very objective while doing the observations, but when managers are observing, they have to observe human beings, and observations of human being cannot be purely logical and objective. Some kind of subjectivity enters in the observations. So this feature of science is not present in management. All the scientific principles have same effect wherever we try them, whereas effect of management principles varies from one situation to other. Okay, now what this characteristic means, yes, whenever we consider science, yes, the scientists, what they do, they perform activities they perform experiments through which they derive something which is generally helpful for the humankind. Okay, sometimes they are supposed to apply something into the laboratories through which they make logical observation. Okay, now whenever we consider manager, it is exactly opposite. Okay, it is subjective in nature, because from person to person it do changes. Okay, so this principle, scientific principle, it is not applicable to management, because science is based on objective or logic, while management is based on management is subjective in nature. Then principles are based on repeated experiments. Before developing scientific principles, scientists test these principles under different conditions and places. Similarly, managers also test and experiment managerial principles under different conditions in different organizations. So this feature of science is present in management. Okay, like the scientist, okay, what the scientists do, they do apply the scientific principles in different conditions, in different places. Okay, similarly, managers, what they do, okay, they do experiment managerial principles under different conditions in different organizations, so as to get the work done effectively. Okay, they think that their organization should be always progressing and always accomplish the goals laid down by them. So what they should be doing, what they do, yes, they apply the managerial principles in different conditions in different organizations. Same is done into science also. So this principle, this characteristic, it is applicable to management. Then another feature, another characteristic is universal validity. Scientific principles have universal application and validity. Management principles are not exact like scientific principles, so their application and use is not universal. They have to be modified according to the given situation. So this feature of science is not present in management. Okay, now universal validity, yes, scientific principles, they have universal application, but when we consider management principles, somewhat they are needed to adapt. Okay, so whenever they are needed to adapt, it might not be universal in nature. Okay, so whenever we consider universal validity, this feature, it is not applicable to management, but it is a feature of science. Okay, so some of the features of science, they can be applicable to management, while some they are not. Next feature or characteristic of science is replication is possible. In science, replication is possible as when two scientists are undertaking the same investigation, working independently and treating the same data under the same conditions, may desire or obtain the identical or exactly same result. But in management, managers have to conduct research or experiments on human beings. So if two managers are investigating same data on different sets of human beings, they will not get identical or same results, because human beings never respond in exactly identical manner. So this feature of science is also not present in management. So whenever we consider replication means the same result. Okay, now whenever we consider science, okay, if two scientists, they are working on the same data, their results might be same, okay, or their results might be even identical, exactly same. But if two managers, they are working on two teams, okay, and those teams, they might be having the same amount of people, okay, if they are working on those teams separately, okay, as we all know, the behavior the human behavior and the results which will be generated through such type of research on two teams, it will always be differing from one another. Why? Because the results will be subjective in nature. It depends on the manager as well as the team. Okay, the team might react in different way. So this principle is this characteristic is not available, or this characteristic is not applicable to management. So overall, whenever we think about management as an art as well as management as a science, management is more likely to be an art, and management is having some of the feature. It does has some features of science, but it has a societal touch. So management is both science as well as art. Like science, it has systematic and well organized body of knowledge, and like art, it requires personal skill, creative and practice to apply such knowledge in the best possible way. Science and art are not in contrast to each other, but both exist together in every function of management. So in better terms, we can treat management as a social science. Okay, it includes some of the features of art as well as it includes some of the features of science. So it is more likely to be called as applied science or social science. Okay, so it actually depends on the manager, because it is dependent on his skills, how to manage the people, how to manage the situation, how to convert the challenges into opportunities and opportunities into strength of the organization. It is all over the manager. So he might refer some of the principles, he might apply some of the principles, but those principles, whenever they are applied, they are supposed to change as per the persons, as per the humankind, as per the human resources who are prevailing into your organization, who are working with you. So overall, management is both a science as well as art. Okay, some of the features like scientific body of knowledge, it is it can be same like science, or some of the features of art like systematic body of knowledge, okay, practical application, okay, or personal application, and the skill and creativity of the manager. Okay, such features are like art. So we can treat management as a social science or applied science. Okay, so with this we conclude today's lecture. Thank you.